Next up, we're going to hear from AquaX, which is Michael Gardner is returning back to our stage. Michael is going to be telling us about how we're digitising water finance. So again, removing those myths and putting facts right in front of us. Welcome to the stage, Michael.
Hi, thank you. So the hardest thing to understand about our company is how to pronounce it. It's AquaX. You did very well, by the way, for someone who's never seen the name before. It's a contraction of Aqua and AI and Exchange. Next slide, please. And if you think about this, if you think about water as an asset class and about infrastructure funding for this asset class, it's pretty interesting because for any other asset class, virtually, corn, hogs, stocks, bonds, for any other asset class, there's a variety of different tools that professional investors use. But next slide, please. If you look at water as an asset class, there really is nothing. We're really in the Stone Ages in terms of, the software tools that a professional investor would use. Now, when I talk about an investor, I mean not only a commercial investor, but I also mean a government agency that is investing because they have to make the same decisions in terms of where do I put the money, what payback am I going to get. I also mean foundations and other types of donors that are deploying capital with solely impact in mind. They have the exact same needs. They need to be able to estimate the impact that they're going to get, measure that impact over time. Also, they need to make the transaction costs as low as possible by making all the different processes as efficient as possible. And one other point, I mean, when I say infrastructure, I mean all types of infrastructure, nature-based solutions, green infrastructure, traditional gray infrastructure, pipes and pumps and concrete, big infrastructure, small infrastructure. I mean, all of this needs, better software to enable the investing to happen more efficiently and to enable capital to flow to the projects more efficiently. Next slide, please. So the mission of AquaX essentially is to help get capital into projects. Capital of all types, as I said, investor, donor capital, and all types of projects. We are a fintech company, financial technology company, and we use advanced software and data to help automate the financial processes around investing and also to bring that data to bear to provide context on the investing, allow the documentation of the ROI, whether that's commercial ROI or whether that is impact ROI, and make both the investing and the post-investment portfolio management, make that all more efficient. Next slide, please. We have 3 products today coming out of the AquaX Cloud. One is we call AquaX Finance. It's basically like eBay. It's a marketplace, and you can go list an opportunity to invest a project. You can also list a startup. It's free to list. You merely sign a free listing agreement and so forth. And then that enables you into our network of, we have about 1,000 water investors now in our database. That enables you into that network basically to be seen and discovered by them. We also have a matching service. Our second product is data integration tools because we use data, we employ data heavily for all this, but that data usually exists, but it's not necessarily in the right form that we need. So we have a data integration tool. And then finally, we have a new product, which is a ledgering product. Next slide, please. We also have a very robust professional services capability, very experienced at doing data integration. And typically when we do a configuration of one of our private marketplace configurations, then they help bring in data and so forth to configure it. Next slide, please. There's a wide variety of software in our toolkit today. I'm not going to spend much time on it. Next slide, please. We have a very experienced leadership team. Next slide, please. And I'm not going to spend much time on this. Next slide, please. I do, though, want to talk about impact because we all know that it's very important. There are many, many issues in water. There's social justice issues in terms of making sure that everyone is served. There's all kinds of impact issues. And right now, capital wants impact reporting and impact accountability, but there's no really efficient way to be able to get the metrics to them and allow the accounting. And that, at the end of the day, is the mission that we have bitten off. Next slide, please. We are looking for partnerships. We're looking to help you potentially if you need help in terms of either getting finance or working together in a collaboration. We also, like on a POC or a pilot, we also have an investor database, as I said. Also, we will be raising around later this year. So if you're interested in either being in our investor database, by the way, that's for donors too, not just commercial investors, or if you're interested in being on our list to discuss the investment in Achaix, we would welcome that. Please contact me, mike@achaix.com. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Michael. That is absolutely fascinating, and we wish your organisation well. I was really pleased to hear where you've been and what you've been doing.